Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mysticraven. All right, guys, so I'm back on the Sork tank. I'm still doing dungeon crawls, which is the topic of my stream today. Okay, I have a lot of tunes, and I do a ton of dungeon crawling. Once I get up to a certain point, then I usually do my trials to acquire my set pieces, and then I just play how I want typically. So that's how I play my game, and if I need certain things, I'll go in and grab whatever I need and whatever have you. But every time you create a new character, you have to do dungeons. Now, it sucks, but it's essential in this game. Why is it essential? Undaunted, undaunted, undaunted. Be undaunted. All right, because, the funny thing about it is we get that boost, right, to that undaunted passive. It's just something that we have. Even as a PvPer, my friend actually quit playing on PC. One of my friends quit playing on PC because he wanted to be a PvPer and did not want to do PvE. But he realized a very important stat that's missing from his configurations, no matter how he configured it, because he'd always try to go, I'll go 7 medium. Well, you're losing percentage value because of this passive right here, Undaunted Metal. Because if you try to gain a little bit of resistance in that, with one heavy or two heavy pieces as a medium armor for more survivability, you lose that 4% bonus if you don't have this unlocked. That's kind of a big deal. So I always tell people, even if you don't like dungeon crawling, even as a PvPer, and you are never going to do a PvE content, get the Undaunted. Do the dungeons, get it out of the way, do the normals, just bust through it just to get the Undaunted passive. That's it. You can also do the dailies, but it's kind of one of those things. It's just like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to dungeon crawl on my new tune. So I see a comment, so let me go ahead and open it up, check it out. Alright, let me check this out. Hi Sylvia, morning, or good afternoon I should say. Servers were down, that's why I wasn't on earlier, we all know that. Every server was down, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, they were all down, European, all of them. So I'm going to go to Dungeon Finder, and once again, I want to go ahead with that random, just for the bonus XP, because I'm still leveling this tune up. He's still got a little ways to go, a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the specifics, because also what's nice about dungeon crawling are skill points. So a lot of times with alts, you don't have time to do storylines for the skill points. So every region has, a storyline for acquired skill points. But if it's an alt, you were like, I don't want to have to do this a billion times. Now, usually throughout each character, at some point, sometime, I will do the main storyline because it's a shitload of skill points. Every time you complete a part of that skill line, except up to the last part, it's worth skill points. And it's big. It's huge. So it's a lot of skill points to acquire. So normally I will. Hold on one second. Don't need to be in there. Now, nice thing also, too, if you're going to be a PvPer and you're not going to be a dungeon dweller unless, you're looking for a monster set, which, let's be honest, you can go ahead and get that extra Undaunt from the vendor, your monster set from the Golden when it drops, which you'll never know. So it's best to at least do some for your monster sets. Or your DSA, or whatever else have you. Or if you want to do VMA for said weapon, that's fine too. Or Asylum. Now, randoms do come in handy too. Now, keep in mind, normal or vet, don't try to get into vet. Like, I always tell people, why are you doing vet? And they're like, oh, Undaunted. I'm like, you are aware that there's no increased difference between vet and normal, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, right. Also keep in mind, I always run training. I love it when people walk in with like lobies and they get that nice little boost stat. It's kind of like what we used to do in WoW. We used to twink tunes, except you're always getting XP. But they'll like, you know, twink a tune out with the overland sets and coffers, get it up and just run that little bonus stat. Crazy. I'm glad they don't have lockouts on that type of stuff. People do it intentionally. Honestly, I think they should lock out champion points until you hit 50. That would make it easier to deal with that shit in PvP, but people would complain. Because I can put on training gear and just, you know, go through a ton of shit. Alright. And I still got to get Warhorn on this tune. I got a lot of things to do. Alright. Oh, wrong bar. Alright. One of them lit. Yep. Always one. Oh, thank you! Thank you! I appreciate that. Check that out here in a minute. Come on. Stun them all, keep them all locked in. Up, wrong bar, switch. Just keep the ads kind of CC'd as much as possible. Come on. There we go. Dashing up. Level 41. I really got to get on this tune. I want to get this done by tomorrow or by Monday at least. I have all the gear, so I'm not too worried about that. All right. Just bash him out of that. Squeezing up heavy. This healer's not doing a very good job. Bash him out. Put him in the barrier. Alright. Usually skip around this. Combo I'm working on too with this build for PvP. Hit finisher, shield bash, proc it. So the idea is hit that, and then you run a shield bash from a range perspective. Should go pretty good. It won't be like a high-end damaging effect. Just basically just ground and pound. Okay, I'm gonna pull this stuff just in case. Bring him back. Shield up. Wait till everything's on top. Including the boss. Bubble it. Okay, last boss. I'll check out comments here afterwards. Wish I would have waited there, dude. Spell. Just gonna hit my shields up. Bring them out. Poor little scamp. Look at the poor little scamp. He's getting targeted. That's actually kind of cool. Somebody leveled up. Congrats, congrats. Alright.
You want me? Come and get me.
Alright. I'm gonna leave group, check out comments. We're working it. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for the donation. Thank you so much. No, anything's great. Thank you. Thank you. Is the negate sork we talked about? Yeah, that's what we're working on, Todd. We are working on my negate sork. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Hey, Lewis, what's up? Justin, hey, man. I have a build idea for a PvP tank warden, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. I will use shackle and leeching with any monster set. I like the idea of the leeching, and the shackle is definitely a plus because you can craft it. You can kind of set everything on it. Monster set, it's going to be depending upon what you're trying to do. Actually, given the warden, you could actually run shackle breaker. You can, oh my god, wait a minute. If you want to go with a high health, and you get the frost shit. What's that ability? It's off the top of my head. Scales max health on tank, and then run CC with leeching and shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. That would be so sick. Like, you know, lock them in, the poison's applied, they're CC'd, and then basically, like, shit, yeah, like, I could see, but the monster set I would probably would want to run is, I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I that would be a tough call depending on how you figure it, Justin. But I like the idea of going with the high health with the leeching, and then CC them inside the leeching poison. Like, let them do the damage. Then as soon as the damage starts applying, drop the CC effect. It'll get stuck in that leeching. That would be badass. That would be kind of killer to think about that. I do have a new tank build. So for DK for PvP, I'll be giving that out either tonight or tomorrow. Hey, Robert, what's up? Thinking swarm mothers, so when I block, I can suck them in. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Either that, or you could go with the one from, it's right off the top of my head. I have to go with my bank. The one that does frost damage. Additional frost damage when you deal crit. So if you run like a critical, like say you run a Magicka Warden tank, right? You could do, well, you couldn't do that really because then your leeching would scale down because it deals stamina. So yeah, that wouldn't work that much. I think Swarm Mothers is a good setup for that. You know, or you could run Engine Guardian for resource management if you have a problem with the resources. So Swarm Mothers would be good, or Engine Guardian for resource management. It's all going to depend on what you're finding out, Justin. I like your idea. I think that's kind of a way to go because you can see him inside the leech. That would be kind of cool. And then you could depend if you need more resources or not. Decide whether or not you're going to keep Swarm Mothers or go Engine Guardian. But keep in mind, if when you hit wings, you move fast. So you can close that gap, get on top of them, hit the applied effect, then CC them to hell and back. So once you CC them, they're pretty screwed. So okay, so I have to do also. That's not going to be random. I still need to do. I did Volenfell, I believe. I did a Haven yesterday, and I did Blessed Crucible already. So I need Celine's Web for a skill point. And this is why it's essential just to do these dungeons. Like I tell people, it sucks. I get it. I get it. You don't want to bank off of it for XP gain. It's actually probably the worst XP, right? If you're going to grind XP. But for skill points and Undaunted, you don't want to miss out on it. You don't want to overlook it. Because I tell people, man, you're not skipping dungeons. Oh, it's going to be a PvP tune. I don't need it. Bullshit. Grab that Undaunted passive, especially if you're going to use any type of configuration with other than 7-1 type of whatever. 1 second. Alright, don't need to be in there. But there's my quest. And there's my little lore book.
These woods
I'll
have
take that.
long been rumored to house a powerful forest spirit.
I have spent.
No.
I have spent.
Come on. No.
I agree with the apprentice. How are we to get past these
Dialogue,
threats
man.
before they can stop us?
We have visitors.
We must treat with them.
Perhaps they can be of
The
assistance.
maiden is decreed.
Yeah.
You have no place.
I mean, it's a good storyline. I'm not saying it isn't, but geez, the dialogue will kill you. I'm sorry, I'm here. Oh, heavy sack. Look out for these heavy sacks. Of course, we got people skipping them. Another heavy sack. Excuse me. It is cold in Ohio. So I live in Ohio. And it is friggin' cold. We've been getting negative friggin' degrees here. I hate winter. It sucks. I want to move to Florida when I'm older. I know now why all the old people move there. Friggin' gas, using a gas furnace. And I'm telling you, friggin' wake up in the morning and it feels like you're friggin'... It's just crazy. No humidity. You gotta get a humidifier. That's what I need. I need a fucking humidifier. Just CC these. Oh, you're gonna trap me? I'll trap you! Once again. Well, if it lets me. No, it died. Weird lag.
Daughters are not gone. Serene blessed them with her gift, the gift of spirit life. See their hunt begin anew.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep these CC'd, apply the debuff. Lay down the AoEs. Keep everybody from chasing these things. That's what's nice about a tank. As long as you know what you're doing as a tank, you know, it makes the job easier. It's not about damage. I used to, when I joined this game for the first time, tanks are like, I'm losing DPS. And I'm like, why do you need DPS? You're a fucking tank. Mitigate and CC. That's your fucking job. I'm making my team's job easier. Yes.
I'm starting to think.
Cool. Hey, get me out of that. Oh, heavy sack again. So you died. Same thing. Got blows. Taunt. Hit the debuff. Bring them all in. Root them. Drop the silence bubble. Let them clean it up. People, I don't get why people don't like the other classes and the other roles. That's something I'm like, what the hell? Like, some of the gameplay aspect to, like, I like DK, tank, and I like Templar healer, but to me, they're kind of novice. It's just kind of like, yeah, sure, I can see why people would prefer the easy route. I get it. But the way the developers did it was ingenious. I mean, literally, the pros and cons to every class in that role is just amazing, you know? Like I tell people, as a tank, when I first started doing trials, my main, one of my friends now, his main tank was a Sork tank. Let me tell you, his Warhorn without Dragon was insane, because at the time, Dragon was like under scale, because it was like Vet 13, we were Vet 16. But you add a Dragon to it, and then, you know, use the magical aspect just enough for block reductions. I'm telling you, man, I'm like, damn, I could get a Warhorn rotation so much faster with a Sork than any other class. But it lacks in certain aspects. Its shield system's not set up the same. its mitigating effects is way different, you know? But it's still pretty badass nonetheless. Block. They'll run through me. Block. Come on the side. Hit that shield bash. Come up here always. Could be a heavy sack or a chest. Chest. Simple. Blech. Yeah. Hate when that happens.
Celine protects. Celine destroys. Celine will rule all.
Break the fear. Put the bubble. Leave up heavy for the restore. Use a spell. Choose a caster. Alright. There's another heavy sack. This place is filled. And yet they friggin', you know, they took the heavy sacks out of friggin', they took a lot of the heavy sacks out of City of Ash because everybody kind of knew where they were. But yet this dungeon's still littered with them. Oh, is that another? It is! It's another heavy sack! Man, I'm on the heavy sack train today. Doesn't sound right, does it? Key on this, just reserve stamina for the block for bear. Okay, pull this bitch back. Come on. Come on. Leave up heavy. Shield up.
Look what you've done to our home. Rip them apart.
When she does that arm thing, the bears are going to come on one block. Heavy attack follow up. Pierce. Heavy up.
Healer!
Shield. Bear. Lock. Heavy up. Pierce. Resistance. Shield up. Block. Pierce. Heavy up. Heavy up. Now, during this, you don't want to switch out for reapply, because you're just going to do it right away. Just try to get the Pierce, try to get a heavy attack in, but don't switch your bar. Right there. Now I'm going to switch, reapply. Hit that finisher, hit the bubble, the back end, and finish her up. That's normal, though. Same principle applies on vet, though. And hard mode and all that.
So nice to see you again, my dear Celine. Your secret's bound
Undaunted
to me
4.
now.
Undaunted.
Even in
Undaunted.
death,
We
will help
are
me in
undaunted.
so very many ways.
No, 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 no. Don't drop group. Don't drop group. I have to turn this in. Please do not drop group.
Made a deal with the guild.
No! Please! Zoss, don't
Your
let this happen to
soul
me
will be
again.
one of the most powerful mages
This
in the
is
guild.
bullshit. Quit the dialogue. Shut it up. Shut it up. I'm going to get pissed. I'm going to get so mad. No, no, no. Zoss, I'm going to kill you. Oh my god, no! Bullshit. Fucking Zoss, you have to do something about that. I just did that dungeon for a skill point that I didn't get. Bullshit. Bullshit. I was thinking about the destructive mage build you've been running in PvP. A teammate running Night Slayer Elegant might be a winner. I tried the Night Slayer Elegant. Didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. I tried that when it first came out, Night Slayer. Magica Templar. Tom, good afternoon. What are your thoughts on Rattle Cage in PvP? I love Rattle Cage in PvP, especially if I need the major sorcery. You know, it's constant, does really well. You can run it as a heavy or use the jewelry and then, you know, try to get those arcane pieces. Really nice set, really nice. Also, if I can either suck them in or trap them, I can use that defile thing wardens have. Right, that's a really good point there too, Justin. Come to Iowa. It was -18 the other day. Yeah, it's cold East Coast. I mean, it's nuts. I've been running a two-handed bow warden in PvP the last few days. Nice. I'll take Central Texas. It was a balmy 25 degrees this morning. Looking at the mid-60s later this week. I'm so jealous. 25, man. I would love that. Good afternoon, Snoop. What's up, Snoop? Right now out here, as supposed to get up to 70 this week. I'm so jealous. Yeah, but yours is like kind of like a dry heat. At least you don't have that humidity, Sylvia. Rage, man. What's up, dude? Welcome. That happened to me a lot because of some drama in NPC combo, right? I feel you, man. Definitely feel you. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm going to be working on this. I will have the generator out hopefully by Monday. That is my new Sork PvE build. I also will be working a PvP build for the Sork tank. A lot of different options you can do. I really like that. David, what's up? You playing on PS4 NA at the moment? Right, yes, I am. I am on PS4 NA at the moment. David, I'm about to wrap it up, though. I got a couple little things to do here. It's getting a little late. Kids will be coming home. But I did put out my tips. So I'm going to be starting a new little mini-series, a couple minutes, just giving out tips for players who may or may not know. So they're, easy tips. Mystic, do you know anything about changes coming to ESO in 2018? I don't talk to anybody in ZeniMax, right? I have talked to a couple people on ticket submissions and things like that. But direct contact with Zoss, I don't typically have an open dialogue. So I don't know what's coming in 2018. But I do keep my ears open, pay attention. And also I give out suggestions which could help the game. Whether or not the devs implement that later is to be seen. Last year's Christmas wish list did really good in implications for 2017. So 2018, let's see if they take a couple of my suggestions and roll with it. If they do, I can guarantee you 2018 will be an awesome year for Elder Scrolls if they implement some of that stuff. Which one thing they did, I've heard, and that is player housing storage is coming up. So that was on the wish list from the players who told me, Mystic, on the Christmas wish list, request player housing storage. I'm like, I will do it. And they are going to be implementing that, I heard. So, thumbs up. Cool deal. Zoss is having an announcement on the Dragon Bones DLC today, Snoop. Think it will be on YouTube at 6. Oh, sweet. Nice. I'm going to pay attention to that. I'll actually probably tune in on that one. So is it on YouTube or is it on Twitter? Usually their feeds are on Twitter. So, but I will be tuning in on that. Maybe log in and, kind of, make my little debut. I'm never on it really, but I guess, and they know who I am. All of them know me, but we don't have like an open dialogue. Though I do appreciate when they do talk to me, when they do submit tickets, and we do have this talk. Because like when Morrowind was out, I'm like, there's content creators putting out stuff. I heard we're restricted. Should I not do that? And they're like, Mystic, don't do it. Stay with your thing. We're banning people who don't have permission. These people have permission. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to inquire about that. So they gave me a heads up. So I did inquire before doing anything because I didn't want to get banned. They responded. I believe it was Gina who told me, don't do it, Mystic. And I was like, okay, cool deal. Thank you. That sucks. Don't know how many times that NPC drama group drop situation has happened to me. Yeah, fuck that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate when you do something and all of a sudden, boom, can't get a skill point. I can't. Jeez, whatever. Thought it said YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, so cool. I'm definitely going to be tuning in there. Definitely. If it's on YouTube, I'll be definitely tuning in. So, nice. Really nice. I have yet to go on one of the shows because usually I try to keep my nose out of it. This way it keeps, drama down to a low. I kind of bring a little drama in the game at times. A little drama's good. It's entertaining. It makes the game exciting, Plus, I make good, valid points most of the time. Most of the time. They need a repair guy in your house. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so I'm going to cut this. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Sylvia, thank you for that donation. Much appreciated. Any little bit helps. If that's great. Thank you guys so much. Also, tomorrow is going to be Thursday, I believe. So let me check the date here. Yeah, so Thursday. So Friday, I will have sponsor content. I already got one person on deck. So if you are a sponsor and want me to go on PTS and look at something for a custom build for you, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to do 2. I already have 1 on deck. I would like to go ahead and do another one. You must be a sponsor to get this type of content or for me to do it. So sponsor content will be Friday morning. So we will do that. But I'm looking forward to it. But if anybody has any questions, comments, I'm looking forward to seeing what Zoss brings in 2018 for sure. Really excited. I have nothing but positive vibes coming for Elder Scrolls in the upcoming year. This game isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Trust you and me. A lot of plans for ZeniMax. I can tell you that much without actually talking to them directly. But, I kind of have a mentality like a dev. I think like a devs, I swear. It's kind of maybe like a weird gaming ESP type thing. Who knows? But just finished Sork tank build. Fun and different than my DK tank. I love it. I love it, David. Right. That's the fun thing about this game. Like, everybody makes it where it's like, it's a min-max thing. No, it's a math thing. It's a numbers thing. If you understand the numbers, you can do any content with any class and any role, but you got to know the numbers. You got to know your math. You just have to know those little intricate details. If you can do it, it's viable. It's completely doable. You can work around a lot of things. A lot of people just want the easy button. Blank. That's it. They don't want to think. Don't think. Please don't do that. It's a bad thing in, this day and age. If you think, you might actually learn something. Who knows? Wait, the announcement might be tomorrow. I have to check. Sponsor button is on the YouTube gaming app. Right. If you want to go ahead and have me do a build, a potential build that you're looking at and customize it specifically for you, get the YouTube gaming app. When you do that, you can click the sponsor button. It costs $5 a month. That gives you access to customized Build Friday. So basically 2 players that will go ahead submit. I will go ahead and I will go on PTS. Any setup you want, any gear sets you want is going to be accessible at my fingertips. I will customize your champion points. We will go over allocation. We will also go over, trying to optimize your build for what you're trying to accomplish, whether that be PvP or PvE. So please, 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 if you want me to do that type of content for you, hit that subscribe button or that sponsor button, and I'll try to get it in for you. I hate tanking. There is too many bad DPS in the game, so I always DPS. Yeah, I feel you, Snoop. I feel like that's one of the best things, too, is, each player has their, their pros and cons. My con is definitely keeping up rotations. I have so many tunes I can't keep up with a lot of my rotations. So, I get comfortable with one rotation, right, on a class. Next thing you know, I go on another DPS class, and it's completely friggin' different. So then all of a sudden you're working that one. You get that one all said and done. Then you try to go back to another one, and there's something slightly different. You hit a button because you're just used to muscle memorization, and you'll screw something up. So that's a bad habit of mine. Really bad habit. That's why I kind of like the healing aspect of the game, because it's most consistent format on all platforms. So I can kind of understand hot button here, buff button here, this button there. You try to keep the same format, but Stam and Magicka users are different in certain elements. And then on top of it, Warden rotation is way different than any other class. You can fuck up a Warden rotation really easy. And that's the problem with most people. Great. Thanks, Mystic. No problem, Sylvia. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you for watching. And once again and always, have a nice day.